Hi, Libra. It's good to see you, especially after not seeing you for a few days. This reading is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for October 1st. Happy birthday, Libra. It is finally your birthday season. I love the first few dates I love the last few dates of Libra that are the ones that are in September. Those people are so sweet. I love them. All right, so Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for October 1st, 2025. All right, I have a possible Aquarius. I have a Cancer or a Virgo. A Capricorn. Let's see, a Pisces, maybe a Scorpio, definitely Cancer energy. I have a lot of Cancer energy in the spread. Yeah, I have a lot of Cancer energy in the spread. Yeah, even more Cancer energy coming out. Look at the bottom. That's a Sagittarius Cancer card, and it is in the reverse position. So I don't want to miss anything important. I can already see the gist of the message here. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so overall gist of the message here, Libra, is it would sound a lot like this. Someone coming in and saying, you've had your head down, you haven't been watching. And yes, you've been carrying a heavy load, but it's almost finished. And things have not been going in a right direction. There seems to have been a promise not kept. And someone who has been lying, this is a soulmate, soul contract person right here. There's been a lie in two different places. I have a lie, but it would sound a lot like this. The reason I didn't tell you this lie is to spare you something, right? To spare you something. At the same time, I can also tell that if this is someone who has told you over and over and over again, hey, you need to correct something or you need to heal something, the longer it's kind of gone on, the longer you're starting to see some things that perhaps it would be like your own failures with maybe even this is a whole bunch of soulmates and soul contracts. It's because the way that this King of Cups is looking at the Six of Cups person in the upright, he's got the scepter of authority in his hand and he's looking through the lie right here at the soulmate soul contract person. And he's wondering if he was even looking at something correctly the entire time. But with the King of Cups in the reverse right here and the Moon card in the reverse as part of the challenge position, there is a high probability, like 99.9% probability, that there's paranoia involved. And that paranoia here is sort of stepping out because this person is saying, I don't want what happened back there to happen to me, right? And the other person is also, I can't say the other person. I'm still talking about one person. One person has a high paranoia thing. Another person is trying to mature emotionally, and they're learning this through their negative experiences. What's in the middle of the spread for you, Libra, is a failure to put something up. Okay, Three of Pentacles in the reverse with the Star card in the reverse. And someone sort of I don't know. Something has failed to come up into establishment. Could also be someone who was trained. They were trained in the wrong way here. The person, like on both sides, I have the Ten of Wands in the upright in the past position. Then I have the Queen of Swords in the reverse in the forward position. And these two people here, one is coming out really sharp because of the paranoia and the fear that is describing, like, all right, so this is like trying to shut something down. It could also be like trying to jumpstart something at the same time. And a person here is just over it. You know, maybe they've dealt with these types of emotional things long enough that they're just over it. You know, they're over it. If one party here has always been in a state of repairing things for another person, or this person back here with the Ten of Wands in the upright, they could be just saying, I'm sick and tired of always trying to fix things. I'm sick and tired of always trying to correct things. I'm sick and tired of always being the person. And maybe they're in a position where they've had to deal with a lot of people's negativity over the years. And if someone is jump starting and saying, you need to shut that individual will thing down, you need to stop doing XYZ, XYZ. This other person is like, it's a snapback for dang sure, because they're coming and saying with the Knight of Swords in the reverse that this truth has been going on for quite some time. It's almost like this person is saying, haven't you seen with enough experience? Haven't you seen here with enough experience behind your belt? Can't you put two and two together for why the divine masculine energy has failed? And maybe with that Queen of Swords in the reverse, they're trying to define something about an individual outlook, but it's not coming from a healthy place. It's coming from paranoia, and it's coming from the shadow side. It's coming from the shadow side of this person's experience. So I also pulled the chart up while I took a pause, because I knew that Mercury was squaring Jupiter in your sign today. And the cards definitely point out negative information. The chart points it out, negative information. People not using wisdom with their words today. You know, words having a challenge, communication really being challenged to move things forward. However, I mean, looking at the chart, look at that. That's just a really tight square with Mercury. You know, and that Jupiter in Cancer, it would sort of jab at a place where you might feel insecure or not enough, feel like you don't have enough of something. Mars is also squaring Pluto in a fairly tight square. And wow, the cards are sort of showing it. There is a worry and a concern. Someone could also be baiting someone else out of worry or paranoia. So it would sound a lot like this. I know it's going to take a lot of work to get something up and established. And I know that you have your agenda. However, my agenda is a concern that's valid, but I'm only able to do so much. You know, you're wanting this Four of Wands in the upright. I'm barely even able to give the two. Barely able. So 4 and 2, that's 50%. Someone could be asking the other person, can you just knock out like half of the job? Half of the job. And I know that's not what you want to do. I know that you want to go ahead and nail it to the ground and secure whatever this date is. Maybe it's somebody like trying to book or schedule like a wedding venue, right? Someone could be asking, can I, if I don't use the whole space, if I use only half the space, is that something that can work? But the way that it's coming out, it's like the way that this is coming out. For me, that's the hardest part, because someone is trying to communicate here. They're only able to do so much with what they have. So it is talking about ability, but it's, even if it's kind of this whole, I know you have your greatest hopes and dreams and all that stuff coming along, but the reality of the situation is this, for me, sort of for my side of things. This communication can also include a relationship where someone has been giving, maybe forgiveness. Someone could be giving and they're not seeing the type of growth or action that they want to see. See the Death card in the reverse. And they could be questioning how much time or effort something is giving them. But again, it's also like how much we have to give. But here we have it in the past. Someone being faithful and true to finish what they start and to finish what they complete, or to meet their goals and to meet their obligations. This communication does hurt a relationship. It harms one. Emotionally, someone is not, it's sort of like, I'm not even sure I can do what this person is asking me to do. But this is someone trying to strike a deal with the other one. They're trying to strike a deal. Yeah. It's coming out twice now. With whatever this scenario is, and you need to look at your Cancer energy, Libra, wherever Cancer is in your chart, that's where someone is trying to come in. Maybe they don't fully know. It's sort of like, but for the moment, to get things going on a correct path, could you at least meet me this far? Because they need something done quickly. Again, it gives the impression of ending an immediate dangerous situation.